I taught the character man means door, and the character Wang means king. If we put these together, we get the character run, which means leap. Like in leap year, it means to add a day or month to a year. Not a very important word, but I find it interesting anyway, because it comes from, in ancient China, the emperors would usually go to this place called the Ming Tang to set out the calendar for the upcoming year. They would decree what all the important events were for the lords of the empire. However, when the year was a leap year, they would remain at their ancestral sleeping hall and make the decree from the gate, from the door there. We can also remember this in that the calendar, even though it is based off natural phenomena like the sun and the moon, because some people have lunar calendars as well, it is up to the ruler, the king, the emperor, or the pope to make the calendar. For example, in the West, we use the Gregorian calendar, which comes from Pope Gregory the 13th. Before that, people used the Julian calendar, which was decreed by Julius Caesar. But when they changed the calendar, the kings of the countries in Europe still needed to agree with the calendar. There are still places that use the old Julian calendar, like the Eastern Orthodox Church. Similarly, China continued to use the lunar calendar up until the communists took over in 1949. The government needed to really enforce the solar calendar that was used in Europe. And they also enforced it because they understood that it was important to do so because power came from being kind of connected with the wider world instead of doing your own thing. They tried to enforce this. The nationalist government before the communists tried to enforce the the solar calendar, but because many Chinese in the early 20th century were used to the lunar calendar for conducting their holidays and stuff like that, it was very hard for them to accept a new calendar. So that is why the government, the Chinese Communist government in 1949, really needed to step in and change things. So yeah, run means leap or to add a day or week to a calendar.